It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. Looking at the Lakers, after 10 games, they've put together an outstanding 8-2 record. There have been some really strong performances in there for them in those 10 games. And tonight, two teams that love to get in transition. Shaq, talk about successfully running the break.
Well, I'm not a guard, but I have led the break before. And what you need to do, you got to keep your eyes ahead, have to see the whole floor. You got to be willing to make that extra pass, Ernie.
Wow. You talk like a guard. You were like a point guard up there.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations, man. But don't force things. That's the other part. You know, just make the easy play. And if it's not there, slow it down, set up your half-court offense, and then get it into the big guy if you have one.
But don't you want to get the crowd on its feet? Don't you want to make that play that gets the whole arena up?
Yes. You know what they used to call me, Ernie?
What's that?
Shaquick Johnson.
Wow. Because he was like Magic, but he was Shaq.
I get it, Kenny.
Oh,
I get it.
Sometimes you don't.
Not that dense. Shaquick Johnson.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Why you think they call me Anchor Boy?
It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. This game marks the end of this stretch at home for the Lakers. Back on the road tomorrow. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And I think for the Lakers, and I'll tell you, this has been a surprise how they started the year. Obviously, whatever adjustments they made in the offseason, definitely working out for them so far.
You know, Greg, I like to see a team come out of the gate strong, right? Their chemistry has been absolutely sensational.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, Jimmy Butler was the 30th overall pick in 2011, and he never forgets the hard work that made him a star out of a small town in Texas. Now, he says, I think it comes from not having much all my life. Coach Thibodeau said he became an all-star, got paid. None of that changed him. I don't think you can change him. Guys?
Great story, David. Thank you. In the early going here, Doris, we're already seeing a continued trend, putting 5 guys on the floor who can hit the face-up jumper.
Well, this is the new age in the NBA. The floor spacing is incredible because when you've got 5 face-up guys, all of whom can put the ball on the deck, all of whom can shoot, it creates so many driving lanes. And the origin of this, to me, goes back to the last Spurs NBA championship. It was such pretty basketball, the movement, the flow. That, to me, was the starting point for all this.
Team's kind of playing outside in, and it's fun to watch the change. Tip-off goes to the Lakers. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. And it's Teague in at the 1 spot. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Outside Gibson. Back to Teague. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Butler gets it to go.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto. Here's Kuzma. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Gibson. Ball against T. Pass to Butler. And here's Wiggins. Lets it go with a three. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Right wing. It's stolen by T. Butler against Caldwell Pope. Shots good from Butler. Butler's got 5.
Well, the defense reacts, but not quite good enough to deal with Jimmy Butler on the interior. Pretty play.
James against Wiggins. Here's McGee. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from McGee. Here's Teague. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Ball against T. 6 to shoot. Tries a three.
And I love how Ball will stay in your face defensively, not willing to give ground. And I like the fact that he competes on that end.
Caldwell Pope with it. Butler covering. Kuzma passes to McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Yeah, run your offense with that kind of precision. Not much anyone can do to stop it.
Now here's Butler. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Clippers.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
Yep, it counts.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
Timberwolves trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Will it go? McGee with the block, and he gets it back. Outside Butler. Towns down low, guarded by McGee, and once again off the mark by Minnesota. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Raptors.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
Well, you hope they learn from the experience, and it's a shame it had to come at the expense of a loss because they did play well enough to win.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Los Angeles.
And Caldwell Pope, the Georgia product, when he's on the floor, it's for his defense. Can give you a handful of points, but what he takes away with defense is far more significant. One of the better perimeter defenders since entering the league.
Now here's Gibson after LeBron James's miss. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Ball. Los Angeles on D. It's a 5-point game. Clock at 6. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts. And with Caldwell Pope in his defense, he can guard any type of perimeter player.
Yeah, I mean, he has the long arms to bother small forwards and fast feet to stay with point guards. Really gives a lineup a lot of options in terms of matchups when he's on the floor. Great instincts on defense, and it's very hard to shake as he'll hound you through screens.
And here's Wiggins after LeBron James hitting the 3. Wiggins kicks to Butler. Over Caldwell Pope and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Butler's got his third basket of the night right there. The pass to Caldwell Pope. Over Wiggins, and LeBron with the basket, the assist by Caldwell Pope. And that's now 7 points for LeBron. Timberwolves trail by 6. Passes it to Wiggins. He kicks to Butler. Shoots over Kuzma. Butler, no good. Lakers have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. James looking it over. Pass to McGee. Back to LeBron. Caldwell Pope outside. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Butler against Caldwell Pope. Butler finds Teague. Left side, Towns. Goes up at the stripe. McGee with the block. James outside. To the paint. It's tipped. Towns with the steal. Pass to Wiggins. Another miss by Minnesota. And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Floats it up for James. And no good that time.
And really, they had the play all set up there, and then it just breaks down.
I can't believe they didn't pull that one off. Everything seemed there. They've got to be upset with themselves.
James against Wiggins. Just 5 to shoot. 13 feet away. No good that time. And the Lakers take it the other way.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
How about that? LeBron James always looking for his guys. The court vision, unreal.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Well, LeBron making one of the biggest splashes over the summer, signing with the Lakers. And Greg, it happened pretty fast.
And the Lakers front office have been recruiting LeBron hard. LeBron talked with Kobe about his time with the organization and what to expect before making his decision. Kobe's words seem to be a big factor for LeBron. Once again, the Mamba doing everything he can to help the Lakers.
Lakers leading by 9. Hart the pass to Ingram. Here's Hart, defended by Butler. Hart kicks to Rondo. Beasley outside. Feeds it to Ingram. Here's Zubac. That one off the back iron and out.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up. That sends Brandon Ingram to the free throw line. They get Luol Deng.
The former Blue Devil, Brandon Ingram, was taken 2nd overall back in 2016, was deemed as untouchable by his front office as they rebuilt the roster. He's a big part of what the Lakers want to do over the next few years.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Ingram. And it was Magic Johnson, Greg, who said Ingram is untouchable. Also feels Ingram can be an elite scorer.
Yeah, I mean, Ingram certainly has the makeup and skills to be a first option on offense. And when he heard of how highly Magic thought of him, it made Ingram want to work even harder. You can certainly see the huge leaps he's made as a scorer since Magic kind of gave him that vote of confidence.
Outside Rondo. Kicks it to Ingram. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Ingram's got his second bucket of the night.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Tolliver misses the baby hook.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
He gets it in there. Beasley's got his first points of the night.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Top of the key, Tolliver. Back to Rose. The pass to Tolliver. Butler on the wing. Over Hart. And it's Butler missing. Lakers leading by 12. Rondo looking over the floor. Here's the floater. And the layup is good.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
They grab their own miss. Outside Dang. Excellent D there from Beasley.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
Ingram dishes to Rondo. 1:22 left to play here in the first. To the paint. Here's Zubac. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Now here's Dang. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
Rondo with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And another three for the Lakers.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They could use a bucket, and he drops that one in. Rose has got his second basket of the game. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Rondo kicks to Beasley. Outside Rondo. It's tipped. They retain possession. Hart. Offensive rebound.
You love the anticipation there. Made sure to box out, knew where the ball was going, and doesn't let anyone impede him from pulling in the glass.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll return shortly. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late-game situations.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
It was huge, no doubt, and it seems like they simply can't miss from downtown.
Beasley is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Ball. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Hart in at the shooting guard position. That's the Laker 5.
And after the Lakers landed LeBron, the talk was about if they would add Kawhi Leonard as well. Ultimately, it didn't happen. Lakers want to keep their young guns in the end. And LeBron has said he felt that the team was ready without Kawhi and came to the Lakers because of that youthful core they had in place.
And Stevenson's checked in for Los Angeles. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Jang finds Rose. Jang with it. He's guarded by Stevenson. Just 5 to shoot. Jones, the pass to Jang. Had the space there, but it's offline.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
But they recover it. Ball with the bucket.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint.
Back to Jang. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Yeah, affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Wiggins is checked in. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Ball kicks to Zubac. Ingram wide open. Here's James. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. James has got 9.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Jones dishes to Jang. Nice ball movement by Minnesota.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. It's an 18-point lead. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, the big story in the offseason was LeBron's free agency. You knew that there would be a ton of rumors flying around about where he might end up. Honestly, I'm sure he's glad it's over with and can once again focus on the court.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And for LeBron, it's really about the media circus, Greg, that surrounds him when he's a free agent.
And boy, it's hard because his free agency is the story in the NBA. Honestly, maybe the story in sports. The decision he made with this team completely shaped and shifted the outlook of the entire league. All other free agents and teams were just waiting to see what he'd do before the dominoes start to fall.
Well, you think about the Minnesota Timberwolves becoming one of the premier offensive teams in the league. They have a huge advantage in free throw attempts and limiting turnovers, 2 things that have really set this group apart.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Minnesota calls timeout. And Doris, you look at the Wolves offense. Have they maxed out how good they can be?
I think one area they have to look at is in this age of the three-pointer, they were one of the league's lowest in three-point attempts. To me, they've got to boost that number, and I think they also need to look to attack in transition. They've certainly got enough weapons.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Minnesota. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Gibson, great positioning on the putback.
Well, Taj Gibson is so strong on the backboards. His ability to pursue the offensive glass is truly a thing to watch.
James against Wiggins. James outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And good that time. LeBron's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Towns finds Wiggins. Back to Towns. Shoots over McGee. Towns with the bucket.
How great is he at getting squared up? Towns can do it all.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Passes to Caldwell Pope. Pass to James. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
You love the focus from LeBron James. He's near the rim, so he's got to use his size and his skill to full advantage.
Outside Gibson. Back to Teague. 6 on the shot clock. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. James has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the inside, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Wiggins against LeBron. Wiggins drives in. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That's an excellent make, plus the foul, and that's the assertiveness everyone wants to see from the young guy, Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins, the number 1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken 1st overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Ball kicks to McGee. Back to Ball. Shot clock at 6. Caldwell Pope for 3.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Teague surveying the D. Pass to Jones. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. To the middle. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Caldwell Pope.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Teague the pass to Gibson. Inside, stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here's Ball. They get it back. The shot's good from McGee.
Timeout.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points.
Minnesota calls timeout. Out of offense's doors, initiate that high pick-and-roll offense, which is so fun to watch. Which ball handlers do you want running that play for you if you were on the sideline?
Come on now, there are some master manipulators in the pick-and-roll. Let's begin with the great James Harden. We'll begin with his teammate Chris Paul. Steph Curry. You give Steph Curry options to read in a pick-and-roll, he's going to make the right choice. There are a lot of guys who can manipulate the defense in a pick-and-roll, but those 3 are at the top of my list.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Gibson finds Jones. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Wiggins. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. Jones for 3.
And the outside game just not clicking for them tonight. That three-point percentage is up from where it was in the first quarter, but that ain't saying a whole lot.
LeBron passes the ball. And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
Wiggins. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. James has got 6 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you, I hate to say it, but he's been dragging them down all night. The effort's there, but he continues to be ice cold.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
This is Jeff Teague's go-to shot. I mean, he's a deadly three-point shooter who never hesitates.
James kicks to Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Minnesota. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. Towns against McGee. And it's Towns missing.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
Count the basket. Ball's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Teague finds Towns. Back to Teague. And Towns gets it to go.
Well, takes contact, keeps his balance. Nice finish by Towns.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. To the paint. Ball against Jones. Ball, the pass to McGee. Lets the 3 fly. And James with the basket on the assist by McGee. 20 points for LeBron.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Jones looking for an opening. He kicks it to Wiggins. The pass to Towns. Shoots over McGee. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles.
How about Karl Anthony Towns, guys? At the age of 11, guess how tall he was? 6'3". So it was his goal to develop a complete skill set all the way back then. Boy, how about that? Ahead of the game in terms of the NBA.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Gibson. Dang comes in for Wiggins. Butler, he's checked in for Jeff Teague. And it's Rose in for Tyus Jones. Fader on the way. No good on that one. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. And talk about the mindset nowadays. Kids like Towns growing up not content to just play in the paint.
That's exactly right, Kevin. His father would divide their workouts into 2 halves. The first was face-up, dribbling, perimeter shooting. The second half of that workout, the interior, footwork, mic and drills, finishing over either shoulder. Boy, that's a pretty smart dad.
LA has gone 6 of 10 from 3-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. The feed now to Rondo. Rose against Rondo. Now here's Rose. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And he gets the bucket. Butler's got 9 points.
Well, Jimmy Butler is a gifted offensive player. On that particular instance, a nice interior score.
Rondo kicks to Beasley. Dishes to Ingram. From down in the low post, it goes. Ingram's got 4 points this quarter. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Outside Dang. Passes it to Butler. Over Hart. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Well, Butler needs a lot of defensive attention when he's in the mid-range. You've got to have a body on him.
Rondo kicks to Ingram. There's 57 seconds left in the second quarter, and the shot goes down. The Lakers have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Ingram. Year after year, the Timberwolves have the NBA's most grueling travel schedule. A lot of miles to cover in the West.
Kevin, if you add up their flights in a season, they could circle the globe more than twice. And let's remember, there's no frequent flyer miles here either.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rose. Rondo with the rebound.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
And one area where they've improved here in the second quarter is getting the ball in the paint. That inside scoring has gotten much stronger.
Los Angeles shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Dang can't get it to go. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Beasley. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Luol Deng. For Los Angeles, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Beasley. He hits both from the stripe. 9 seconds left now here in the second. To the inside. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
Oh, man, they was important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got to offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hello to the people, Shaq.
Hola.
Kenny's here.
Ni hao.
And we're analyzing the first half of action. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. After missing last game, it was clearly evident he wanted to make his mark tonight. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Greg, there's no doubt. This guy has been superb at moving the ball and getting all of his guys going on the offensive end.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Shots good by Butler.
Well, just another thing to like about Jimmy Butler, the development of the catch-and-shoot game.
Los Angeles has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Kuzma passes to LeBron. Back to Kuzma. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 8 rebounds in this game. A baseline J, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 16 points for Butler.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
Kuzma kicks to LeBron. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Back to ball. Three-pointer on the way. But he stays with it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Teague against Ball. Teague dishes to Butler. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Clock at 6. 13 feet away. And it's Butler missing. The Lakers shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Down low, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pass to Teague, back to Butler. Pass to Wiggins. And he uses the glass on the layup. Wiggins has got his second basket.
Really like the energy I'm seeing from this offense. 3 for 4 to open the third.
Teague against Ball. The wide open look here for Kuzma. And nothing is falling for him right now.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Wiggins kicks to Butler. 5 to shoot. Towns finds Wiggins. And the 3 off target. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Searching for that first bucket here in the third.
I think the one constant with Tom Thibodeau is you can always hear his voice the entire game. Doesn't matter if you're up 20 or down 20, you will hear Tom Thibodeau on the sideline.
And so Tom Thibodeau has got to have a timeout right now. And hearing Coach Tom Thibodeau, some have described his voice as part growl, part bark.
He's very intense, Kevin, and I think the one thing you know about Tom Thibodeau, he likes to say, there is a price to pay. It's all about the work you put in.
Wiggins passes to Teague. Count that bucket. Teague's got his third basket of the night.
Listen, that's all you can do defensively. Jeff Teague is just so clever at finishing near the cup.
Ball kicks to Kuzma. Count that one.
Well, it took 4 tries, but they get their first bucket in the second half.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Butler from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. McGee's got rebound number 5 here tonight. No coverage that time. 14 points for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Well, it is all about the 3-ball nowadays in the NBA. And when he's hitting from there, it's going to make things very tough on the defense.
Wiggins dishes to Towns. The kick out to Teague. Butler against Caldwell-Pope. Shoots a fader. Count it. Butler's got 18 points.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Now the pass to Caldwell-Pope. Over Gibson. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Well, no one rotates over. Andrew Wiggins makes them look silly at the rim.
Los Angeles has gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Kuzma kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Shot clock at 5. And stolen by Jeff Teague. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Wiggins with the ball.
Yeah, with those long strides, Andrew Wiggins so dangerous in transition.
Ball, the pass to Kuzma. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And the rejection by Towns.
A terrific effort by Towns. Sticks with the play and sends it back.
Butler finds Wiggins. Count that one. Wiggins has got 8 here in the quarter.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Ball, the pass to McGee. Here's Kuzma. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Caldwell-Pope, and that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, and Caldwell-Pope pretty effective in that pick and roll.
For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Teague kicks to Towns. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Butler.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Ball against T. James wide open. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Left side, Gibson. It's deflected. Stolen by Caldwell-Pope. Teague against Ball. Passes it to Kuzma. He's looking for James and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
A history of great finishers in NBA history, but LeBron will top the list before it's all said and done.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
I think it's obvious, Greg. They want this win. They're showing no let-up in their attack right now.
To the middle. Here's Towns. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 5th assist in this one. And straight isolation basketball doors, something we used to see a lot more of. But for a guy like James Harden or Steph Curry, that's still a very viable option.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, if you've got the likes of LeBron James or Kevin Durant or Chris Paul, guys who are able to create their own offense, to me, you want to take advantage of that skill set. It's about what your personnel strengths are. So can you surround a great creator with the shooters necessary? Because if you do, all of a sudden as a defense, there's a price to pay if you're going to help off, right? Because somewhere, some way, the best offensive talent is going to showcase its skill.
6 on the shot clock. For 3, Ingram. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And with Ingram, he can score from anywhere. His jump shot is money, and his drives to the hoop, they're lethal.
Tolliver dishes to Rose. Butler on the wing. 18 points for him. It's good.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Beasley left side. Good on the bucket. Beasley's got 6.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Rose against Rondo. Rose finds Butler to the paint. Jang. Rebound the Lakers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stevenson with a clean look. And the shot is long.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Pass to Tolliver. Now Jang, covered by Beasley. Jang, the pass to Rose. He feeds it to Tolliver. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
One shot.
Tolliver no good on the free throw. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Kicks it out to Stevenson. From outside the arc, Jimmy Butler with the rebound. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. To the inside. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That one is on Beasley.
Well, terrific floor awareness from the crafty swingman. Jimmy Butler playing the role of facilitator.
The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Hard, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Jones is checked in.
One shot.
.158 left to play in the 3rd. Rondo kicks to Ingram. Over Butler. And the Lakers with another miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
The Lakers shooting 44% on their field goal attempts in quarter 3. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. LeBron, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's James. He's got 22. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Rebound by Jang.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Gorgie Jang, the 21st pick in 2013 out of Louisville. He's more than lived up to that selection.
Well, let's remember, this is a national champion we're talking about. The Louisville Cardinals won it with him anchoring them defensively. He's also shown a nice shooting touch in the mid-range game in the professional leagues. But I think it's his defense that still remains the strength of his game.
James outside. There's the dish to Beasley. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 6 assists in the game.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Beasley outside. .27 seconds left in the third. Shot clock at 6. Here's James. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, it doesn't take much for LeBron James to find his rhythm. The king right now making it look effortless.
Now here's Jones. He's covered closely. Right side, Butler. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Well, that's outstanding execution, Greg. You always want to get the last shot of the quarter, which is precisely what they did there.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top, running away with it. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. The forwards are Ingram and LeBron. Rajon Rondo is out there with Hart, and it's Beasley in at the 5. That's the Laker 5. Hart the pass to Ingram. And it's Rondo in the corner. Here's the 3. Cans it from downtown. Rondo's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Lakers.
And every now and then, Rondo will surprise you with the occasional triple, showing it off there with range.
The Lakers shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? The drive by LeBron. Can't cash in from close range. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Luol Deng is checked in for Derrick Rose.
1 shot.
That free throw good from Butler.
You know, guys, you think about Jimmy Butler, drafted by the Chicago Bulls, and he goes from bench warmer to star. And I always had the sense that once Tom Thibodeau was no longer a part of the Chicago Bulls organization, that Jimmy Butler's days might be numbered there as well. But I think the trade ended up working for both teams.
Wiggins is checked in for Minnesota. One minute now into this fourth quarter. James kicks to Rondo. Pass to James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot from 20 feet away. Here's McGee. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And Doris, the Bulls are trying to change the culture, more run and gun. That new style didn't really mesh with Butler's approach.
Right. You remember, Jimmy Butler is a Tibbs disciple. Even he has said perhaps he was too confrontational. With that obsessive drive of his, it can sometimes maybe rub people the wrong way. I think he's trying to balance that intensity with positivity with this young group.
Now, great look on that, just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
Yeah, Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Jones kicks to Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Josh Hart. And Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Timberwolves also changing it up. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Gibson comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And it's Teague in for Tyus Jones. Ball against Teague. Gibson finds Butler. Back to Gibson. That shot, no good. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor, and the shot is good.
And not the first time we've seen this. When KCP's confident, when he's in rhythm, he can fill it up with the best of them.
And the pass to Towns. Some reports claim, Doris, that basketball is the fastest growing team sport. Do you think it has a chance to overtake football as the most popular sport in the U.S.?
Well, listen, anybody who is covering and carrying the games of the NBA is thrilled right now. The ratings for the NBA are off the charts. It increases in popularity every year. But let's remember the foundational sport in the United States of America is football. And the ratings for football, the NFL in particular, still dwarf the NBA. But the reality is there are challenges that the NFL faces. What those challenges have on the long-term business success in terms of, the concussions and the long-term implications, we don't yet know, Kevin. And if we could all fast forward 10 to 15 years into the future, it'll be fascinating to look back and say, wow, this was a seminal moment for both sports.
Great perspective. Here's Butler. No good from 11 feet. The Lakers have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the 4th quarter. And that one drops. That's now 26 points for LeBron.
I tell you, that's a nice job by LeBron to keep that ball safe and secure on his way to the cup.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
The Lakers making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That is his 1st foul of the game. And Stevenson's checked in for LeBron.
Stevenson.
Teague against Ball. Knocks it loose. Towns, the pass to Bates Diop. And he makes that one.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
One shot.
We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard?
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
Count it, good.
Gotta respect how quickly Ball gets to the rack. I mean, if you give him the lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it quickly.
Towns down low. Zubac's defending. Right through the D for the layup. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Lakers. To the inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll head out on the road to face the Kings in Sacramento. And then on Sunday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
The first one falls. Doris, you think of all the highlight reel plays we get to see up close. We're so lucky. We feel the same way every time we sit courtside and watch one of these games. One of the most enjoyable parts about it, seeing the reactions of the guys on the bench.
They're just losing it, Kevin. They're falling down or they're bumping into each other, and then seeing the opposing bench trying to keep that poker face. They know they're not supposed to react, but sometimes the play is just so good you can't help it.
And we get out of our seats, don't we? I mean, just like the players do. We get out of our seats.
Oh, no doubt. I'll stand up, wave my hands in the air. Are you kidding? Listen, Kev, this guy, one of the more reliable scorers in the league, night in and night out.
And here is Ball. Feeds it to Caldwell Pope. The layup off target.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
And the dunk by Towns.
Well, leaving no doubt on that one, the explosiveness of Cat.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Caldwell Pope kicks to Ball. A floater. Here's Zubac. Minnesota with the rebound.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
Drops in the tray.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Ball with it, picked up by Teague. Teague against Ball. Stevenson. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Okogie. That 3 off the mark. And for the Lakers, their shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Stevenson outside. He dishes it to Ball. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer.
Yes.
And it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, you think about Andrew Wiggins, guys, signing that max deal in 2017. Timberwolves ownership, though, wanted to sit down with Wiggins to hear him commit to being a better player. Pretty unusual stuff.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Ball, the pass to LeBron. Down low. Here's Kuzma. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Butler kicks to Wiggins. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And that's 15 points for Andrew Wiggins.
You know, he clearly made adjustments at halftime. Smooth offense right now.
LeBron passes to Kuzma. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. That free throw, no good. When it comes to building confidence, Doris, some people say playing one-on-ones in practice is a huge help. Is that something that you did when you were playing at Providence?
Kevin, I believe this could be the single greatest development tool for any individual player. If you start at the free throw line and play one-on-one against a player who's maybe slightly above your level or certainly at your level, and you limit that one-on-one from the free throw line to 2 dribbles or less, your skill set, I promise you, is going to develop. The other thing I would encourage young players to do is play 3-on-3, because it forces you to move and to cut and to screen and how to do those things properly if you're going to be effective. I love 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It always helps you when you go back to the 5-on-5.
That's such great advice. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
Outside Teague.
Oh, my. He really needs to be careful now. That was his 5th foul of the night.
And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Free throw good, Teague. Jeff Teague replacing Ricky Rubio at the point guard position for the Timberwolves. Doris, did you like that change?
You know what I did, Kevin? They're drastically different players. Rubio probably the better defensive player, definitely the more prolific passer, but the shooting was always an issue. Where with Teague, you get a guy who can knock down three-point shots, and he's one of the best point guards in the league at dribble driving into the paint and getting some action off that.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's Stevenson. Offensive rebound with the second effort. And there's a nice layup by Kuzma. Kuzma's got 17 points here in the second half.
Boy, after an up and down first half, he's finally gotten a flow. These are the right shots for him.
Jones finds Gibson. To the paint. Here's Wiggins. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Doris, what enables that kind of night in, night out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
James checked in for the Lakers. That one misses.
Well, getting to the line at will nowadays. Wiggins wanting to improve his free throw percentage.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
It just seems like LeBron James doesn't age. Still so dominant in the second half of his career. This guy is incredible in virtually every statistical category.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Towns is checked in. And both free throws good for LeBron. Well, so often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans, and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of his tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is, teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, when you reach free agency, you've earned that right.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Towns. Karl Anthony Towns, a tremendously talented scorer, but Doris, he came into the league billed as a potentially foundational defensive player.
And that's interesting, Kevin, because that's the end of the floor where he has work to do. You know, there's so much asked of today's centers. But with mentors like Kevin Garnett, Taj Gibson, Jimmy, what a gifted offensive player Karl Anthony Towns is.
Here's Hart, defended by Jones. The fadeaway. LeBron, good. LeBron's got 10 points in just the second half.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Los Angeles.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for LeBron.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold spells, and anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball, and he'd get them in the right position.
It's stolen by Rondo. Here's Hart, defended by Jones. Goes up the baseline. Good work there as it goes. That's now 32 points for LeBron.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Shooting one. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw, good, Rose.
Well, an interesting thing about Derrick Rose, right? Over his career, he's been an up-and-down jump shooter, but he's been remarkably consistent from the free throw line.
Here's Hart, defended by Jones. Here's Hart. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, were you satisfied with the team's performance tonight?
We got a very good team, but in order for us to continue to improve, we have to go out and we have to defend, we have to play for one another, and we have to be selfless. You know, it's not about the individual, it's about the team, and if we all give in to what the team needs to do to be better, then we'll be okay.
It is a work in progress, LeBron. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.